Oh, I want to go the other night there.
At 6 o'clock, we'll call the meeting to order. First order of business is the pledge of the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Number 3 here, review and approve the minutes of April 15th.
So moved.
There's a motion, second, and a second. Any discussion?
No.
Seeing none, all those in favor? That is everybody. Members reports, we'll start with Lindsay,
No, nothing.
Chuck, Jeff, I'm good, and nothing from me. We'll dive right into the town manager's report.
Bigelow Hill project, that would be the paving project, about 14 years later. That is now on track to begin on mid-June. The engineering firm that handles this was attempting to beef up, the cost of engineering for the contract, and so anyway, I backed that out quite a bit, and we've got them down around $8,000 instead of where they want to be at 20. Feel like we're still in a pretty good way, but if it's a reputable construction firm, then we really shouldn't have a problem with the end product, and they don't guarantee anything anyway, so I'm gonna save some money.
Does that come out of the contract, the bid itself? Is that something town pays separate?
We pay engineering fees separate.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah. So anyway, we're looking at mid-June for a start date there, and that should be pretty firm pending weather, given that we're early on the contractor's schedule. Next item is the Main Street sidewalk and pedestrian project. That is what we've been waiting for now for about 5 years. That's covered under a federal grant where we're responsible for 20%, the state and feds are gonna pick up the balance. Initial project estimate on that was 3.2 million. That came in our local share would have been 621,000. The actual bids came in, Ranger was the successful contractor at 2.19 million, which
That never happens for us, huh?
That's a big.
which reduced it by over $1 million and reduced our share by almost 200,000.
That's crazy.
So very good situation for us there.
How big?
Hopefully we find that.
That's the cost estimate business.
Yeah.
Yep. I think there's also proximity to a job, relative ease of a job, things like that, but I don't really know.
We'll take it.
It was a surprise. I can tell you the sewer end of this, they're responsible for making adjustments to manhole covers. They had cost estimated that at 60,000 and that came in around 40. So that is a gift in, a give and take on the sewer department, but it's a lot better for them at 40. So mill and fill will start probably May 25th. So that's the week of Memorial Day. And then the sidewalk is going to begin June 8th. Pole relocations, we can see those crews any day now to start moving poles around on Bean Street to get ready for that. As a reminder, it is the mill and fill on Route 2 itself. It's sidewalks and it's the lamps. The decorative lamp posts will be installed from Mechanic Street up to Perkins Street. All the way up through the old ones will be pulled. There will be significant traffic delays, I would imagine. And that's why we have the bypass. You can go Perkins back to Mechanic Street or Mechanic Street to Perkins Street. And hopefully we've asked them to sign it as an alternate route to keep things flowing through downtown. So if you're going through Main Street, you don't have to. Assessing related requests for proposals, that will be the assessing agent contract as well as the reval contract. Those have been sent out. Reval we did on an open-ended project because people either weren't responding or they were coming in with exorbitant prices if we were putting a date on that. So right now we anticipate 2030 to 2032 would be the time frame for the reval to take place. But we're looking to get that kind of locked in. And questions are due by May 21st, and then the proposals will be due by June 4th, and then that'll go to the Board of Tax Assessors and this board before we're all said and done. The airport snow blower, remember, we've talked about that $100,000 wonder, plus engineering fees. And
Who's that snow blower need engineers? It's a snow blower.
at FAA. So
It gets worse.
Now they do, what are they gonna, like, if you're gonna drive like a go-kart out there? Do they have to come out like, for Christ's sakes, like this is,
So the-
Just tell her.
We've talked about this, so the $100,000 snow blower, when you put it on the front of our existing carrier vehicle, which is a large tractor. It was engineered specifically for that piece of equipment and it doesn't blend together, so they've made 3 modifications already, they've flown people out on private jets. From Idaho, I think, to fix this, and it still doesn't work. Bruce at the airport equated it to, starting from stop, going up a hill in high gear. As to how this machine operates when it's got the snow blower on it, so, Kodiak, assures us that they're gonna be able to make modifications so that it will work with that tractor. And time will tell if that happens, but, no, the purchase price on that, with every bit of funding was just shy of 100,000.
we can't just
Plus
plow that thing?
engineering
Like-
fees of about 30.
Just too big of an area to plow. It requires that snow blower.
So
piece.
we plow, but the banks get too big and you have to knock those banks down, and the only way to knock the banks down is with a snow blower. Oh, it's a snow blower that would eat 1.5.
And the people who design our light bulbs on the runway, they have to have a piece in that too? Is
Yes.
that scene, really?
Yes.
And then it didn't work. So that's the scary.
You're gonna give us a refund on their like crappy advice or no?
But is it gonna keep its warranty? Are we gonna still warrant, is everything still carrying a warranty?
Yes,
And this is the snow blower that Gail told us we had to have that doesn't work and doesn't,
it's the snow blower that the airport advisory wanted to save money for the airport, rather than buying a whole new carrier vehicle and attachment. They said, let's just upgrade the snow blower, save the carrying vehicle money and move along, and so all it's been is a flop. They should have just spent the long dollar, had it under engineered and moved along, but they were trying to be wise with the money, and here we are.
But did we struggle to get the carrier vehicle covered under the grant because of the requirements for
Buy America.
Buy America?
That's correct.
Okay.
Carrie's not gonna be any good until we get this to work.
Right. Okay, next. New code enforcement software, that's iWork. We've been attending trainings every Monday since you folks approved it. It is up and moving on our end. Matt's been putting a lot of time into it, getting permits in, back to the first of the year and a little bit beyond, and then also building the inventory of violations. The system is pretty efficient and we're working through, some of the boilerplate templates, language on violation letters and things like that, permits, notifications, and all of that seems to be coming together. Hopefully we'll wrap up training next week and then we'll just be on a case by case question and answer. So it's looking very good and we'll keep you posted on that. And we'll talk about that under the TIF committee recommendations as well. CNP's reached out a couple of months ago about hosting a community connection event.
that one poorly.
Nobody's gonna know.
Pretty much means that, they'll come here, but for 4 to 6 hours, in this case, it's gonna be 4. They'll answer questions, about bills and programs that they offer, things like that. They'll also provide a presentation about storm response, throughout the course of the day. So that will just be here at the office, come and go as you please, later in June. Absentee ballots for June 9th will be available starting Monday. It's a state election, so you'll be able to request vote online. The high school community service day, that was last Wednesday. That was very, very successful. We salvaged the weather. And so a lot of happy, individuals and nonprofits, from that work. And thank you again to Waste Management. They continue to sponsor that barbecue event. And so there's no local, we bring in all of the kids that work in all of the towns to Norridgewock for that lunch, and it's a pretty good, celebration, if you will, of their work, and the kids seem to like it. We've approved 1 liquor license that came through, that's for Rita's Catering, that will be at the wedding venue, on River Road on the 23rd in the afternoon. Waste management fees came in for March, it was just after your last meeting, we're trending downward, but all in all, we expect, that we will be on par at the end of the years. About that 3% is what we're expected to have, and then your regular meeting instead of with a cash. Next holiday here at the office for closure is Memorial Day.
And did you just wanna let them know about the people at the park? I can't remember what they're called.
The archaeological survey at Usula Park, is in progress. We haven't heard anything, but, I told Matt earlier, if they don't find a Tyrannosaurus Rex, I'm gonna be super disappointed. So.
Or at least
That would
bring their
actually be
own like little
fantastic.
sifter and play along in the fun, yeah.
Right.
They should let kids come in and be part of it, it's just like that.
That was a really.
We'll see what they come up with, and hopefully the work that they're doing as a part of this study, we'll be able to just keep on file and avoid having to do this on that property moving forward. But
Thanks. Okay, let's see, number 6 here, discussion action on May 6th, general warrant number 9.
I will move to approve general warrant number 9 in the amount of $59,005.06.
That's a motion
And I'll second it.
for the second, any discussion?
What did we get for a sign from White Sign?
roadside signs.
That's okay.
Oh, okay. So road signs? Is that the road signs? For our new roads?
Yes, they came in and there were two that had errors on them, so we fixed them mostly and we're redoing the way that we're requesting signs.
And what did we need at Hardy's Motorsports for $5,000?
What did we need? Public Works needed a new hot water pressure washer. And so they had got me some price quotes. And
That seems pricey.
Yeah, that's right off.
so it's got about $470 in freight. The unit itself was $47.90. It was, I went and got price quotes. They go as high as 9,000 plus freight.
I mean, we better check with Chucky, but did it come full tank of gas or what for that type of freight? That seems.
We just bought a new one too with our.
Holy moly.
Yeah, yeah.
When they had a local model, they had just sold to a local business. And so it was, you know.
Yeah.
If you wanna go look at it, you go look at it, but.
Well, we won on the sidewalk,
It
but
did
we're not
make
gonna win
sense.
on anything else.
It's been as opposed to more.
No, I would have, Hardee's is a good, they're.
Yeah, no, I just didn't know what we bought. I just wanna make sure we didn't buy, you know, park our snow blower at the airport or something that was sneaking through. I'll have some of my passive aggressiveness. That's so great.
Anything else there for discussion on that? Seeing none, all those in favor, and that's every day.
You're welcome.
Okay, number 7 here, public comment. I see we've got some, Skip, please.
Yeah, Richard, the last time I talked to you, you said you was thinking about having a road committee meeting,
Mhm.
and is that still something's gonna happen or?
Yep,
Oh, okay, cause been a while and haven't heard nothing. So.
you know, I had people that go to Florida and Aruba for a good part. of
Yeah.
the
I
winter.
know,
And then you come back and you all want a meeting right quick, and my schedule has things in it too.
Okay.
Hopefully within the next couple of weeks.
Oh.
Are you guys full yet? Are you a full committee yet? Or
Never.
you're down people, yes?
One.
So you've got one open slot on road committee,
oh, yeah, at least,
if anyone listening, right?
yeah,
Should make John do it. Just all the.
How many on it?
I think it's
About 4 right now.
4 right now,
so,
yeah. The other thing I was gonna say, Richard, have you had, with this detour you're talking about? If, in your signage, you just talked about getting some signs, did you order any signs for the detour?
No, I didn't, because it's a state project. And so the state has all of those and they have you can't force a detour. What they'll do is they'll assign an alternate route.
Right, exactly.
That's on them.
Okay, I thought it would be on us. All right.
No, and that is
That'll make it convenient for a lot of people.
correct. And that's our hope. We're hoping that they'll sign that anyway as an alternate route. So if there's an accident or anything down. there,
Right,
people
exactly,
will be able to see.
exactly. No, I just wanted to make sure there was.
for locals, that is gonna be the way to go.
Oh, totally.
Do not put yourself down Main Street,
Right.
go that way.
Well, it's like right now, you don't go on River Road, you go down Willow, Maple and.
Yeah.
And I'm not, but I also, the buses don't seem to be using it. I see that they're still coming up to the lights and putting themselves through that, and I don't quite understand why. I think they're all aware, but I think it would be far quicker to go that way than to put yourself through those lines if you don't have to, trying to get to the back end.
Well, I don't know if they're cameraed and stuff like that,
Could be,
because they're probably being watched.
yeah, I see them get stuck at the lights the other day, and I was like, oh, man, that's hard.
I get paid by the hour.
Yeah, his signage is gonna be huge for that.
Anything else for public comment? Crickets, all right, we're gonna move on. Okay, number 8 here, discussion action on school referendum recommendations.
All right, at your last meeting, you had the presentation from the superintendent of schools, which didn't provide the most positive, end result for Norridgewock taxpayers. In essence, every town in the district, except for Skowhegan, has, their contributions going up. In large part because Skowhegan's value on its surface, is showing a sharp decline. Best we can attribute that decline to is their use of tips, in broad spectrum. Then, so that's component number one. There's a lot of discussion about the budget, is it a responsible budget, is with this type of shifting value, even though it is relatively frugal, is it the time to implement any increase? So that's that issue. The second issue that's gonna be on the second ballot is the cost share formula adjustment, which is a two-phase right now, where it goes to 90-10, and then it will go to 80-20 in terms of shifting away from valuation to pupil count. Every time that shifts, Norridgewock will continue to take a financial hit. So,
And every town in the district except for Skowhegan takes the hit, is that
so.
correct? Like pretty much
on
like,
the base budget, yes, on the cost share shift this year, it positions us to pay an extra 16,000, Cornville an extra 4,500, Canaan an extra 18,000. Mercer will only save 2,000, Smithfield saves 11, and Skowhegan will save 25, just on the cost share alone.
Cause that will change all the time, I mean, when the student count changes probably.
Yeah, it'll vary slightly, but that's just year one, those numbers will double
yeah.
in the next year, in terms of the.
They're probably
Not-
not-
It'll happen again. where the
If they
shift
get
takes
going
place.
on that, they'll probably wanna get up to about 50-50 probably.
That's correct. So I've heard from individual members of the board, we've heard from members of the public with their concerns about this. And so, given the way, and we've been involved or informed of the cost share committee and all of that issue. The question that we've put on the agenda tonight is, does this board wish to take a public position on these referendum questions? It would be a rare occasion, I think. The board.
I think that it'd be responsible for us to do that. I feel like how this got through and got passed, I mean, Chucky was there. It's like, it seemed like not everyone who was present to make that decision
There was just-
was fully informed, and it was kind of just
They were just flat
slap.
vote right down the middle. So, the first time we voted on it, no change. Then I thought that was the end of it. The next thing, you know, they bring it right back around.
Yeah, it's like they
Another-
forced it without being able to think about it, and like, there's a big implication, and like, this isn't something you just flippantly like, well, we're not leaving till we get something.
Yeah,
It seems like it was just kind of slid in fast and loose, and everyone's just like, hopefully they won't notice, like.
I don't, and since I've been on this board, we've never actually taken a stance one way or the other. I generally.
so it's just been ever since they made the school district this way.
Yeah, but I think you're right. I think
Yeah.
we do have to take a stance, and for myself, it is a no. Like, I do feel that people should vote this down. This is our only opportunity to vote it down, and that, because it's a vote for vote, right? There's no weighted factor in this vote. It's actual votes cast.
And we're already at disadvantage, only having 3,000 versus 10,000 people too.
It is. From here on out, it's weighted.
Yeah.
Everybody else could vote no, and one town could vote yes, and because of the way it's set up, you'll always lose. So I do, and I don't, doesn't make me happy to say that, but I do think it's a no.
Yeah.
And then I think Rich will speak more to, it becomes confusing to try to say yes on one and no on the other. I think people, when they get there to vote, just either go yes, yes, or no, no. And it's not that I have huge issue with their actual proposed budget, but for simplicity, I do feel it's a no, no. That I think that we want to encourage people to no. I think it's too much to say, well, vote yes on this one and vote no on this one.
I don't wanna be confusing.
No, because it is,
Yeah.
and it's, you're not gonna read that whole document, and I don't want people going in confused. I think you just send it all back to the drawing board, even if they come back with the same budget.
Mhm.
And just without the cost share form factored into that.
Yeah.
So for me.
Maybe then it could be a fair, well-informed vote that people know about. I think that's kind of the only thing we can do, because it just doesn't seem like that. It was the transparency and the timing and the push just seems,
And it's,
I feel like it could have been, and I'm not saying that it was done to not be up and up, but it certainly feels that it was kind of.
a little bit, and it's nothing against the superintendent or
Yeah.
the staff,
But
teachers, it's strictly from a numbers perspective, and then. How we change it moving forward. I think this is our only opportunity to have a say. So for me, do you need a motion on that, Richard? Or?
Yeah, I will, I just. So we're on the same page, it obviously Norridgewock can't move this needle on their own, and so from the strategic perspective. In Norridgewock's interest, the no works across all your communities. So you have two separate ballots, they're both question one. You're expecting voters to differentiate between that, and if you wanna send the message across the other towns that have similar interests to us. That's really what you wanna, if you see somebody in Canaan, you wanna tell them you need to vote no on both. As opposed to vote no on this, cause our ballots are a little different than everybody else's, we're gonna be color coded, but. I think if that's where you're gonna go, then it's really, if you're gonna suggest you're gonna take a position. Take a position, no.
Are we going to have, this in our bridge thing, something that goes out to all the residents in Norridgewock to,
Yeah, so
speak about this?
in full transparency and respect to the superintendent, for what Matt said, he came and provided us. An overview of what I think is a responsible budget,
Yeah.
it's just unfortunate that the valuation shifts are happening the way that they are.
Yeah.
I told him that I suspected that this board would be taking this item up and what I thought was the weather of the room. And he completely understood and respected that we were advocating for our town interest.
Cause it's a valuation when drove Norridgewock, except the state valuation.
Correct,
Yeah.
right, and it's, which is largely TIF. So anyway, with that being said, I drafted an article. For you, that would be published in the upcoming edition of the bridge. It. Explains some of that stuff, it talks about the cost shifts from larger community that uses TIF as a larger tool. And shifts it onto us, and then it also supports public education, but not cost shift from town to town. If you need a minute to read it or whatnot, then completely understand. And then it would be a motion to recommend opposing both items and then approving this letter.
So the only thing that I would think that we should also do with this as well, because we're one town and we have 3,000 people, we know that our voter turnout is extremely low typically. Is this something that we then, by taking this stance, also then sort of loop in some of the other towns that are also adversely affected and encourage them to, not necessarily do what we do, but just let them know, hey, this is what we're doing, this is what we're sending out to our community members, this is what we're sending out, feel free to adapt to however you want, but I think that, by giving people the same playbook that we're doing, if they align, awesome, if they don't, that's fine, but I think that, it's gonna take more than just us to make this go away, and it can't, it's a fight for several towns, not just ours, and if we don't include them in it, stronger together versus stronger alone, it's kind of, I don't want it to seem like we're trying to gang up and form like, a Mercedes 54 gang, but we kind of need to because, if you add up like 3 or 4 of our towns, we still don't have the population that Skowhegan does. And since they're the one that primarily financially benefit from this, like we all kind of, the smaller ones need to sort of hit the dirt.
So. As a part of that motion would be to share these comments
Yeah.
with
Yes.
Other
Kane,
towns.
Thornville and Mercer.
Make it known
The towns
and,
that closest align to the interests.
yeah. And let them know that our plan is to obviously take the stance publicly, in this forum, but then also that we're going to educate our, residents by sending this out to everybody. And I think that we have great viewership here, but that's not enough. I don't think. I think getting it out in the mail and maybe helping them, providing the tools to make it an easy thing for them to be able to share with their community members as well. I think that even if that might cost us a little bit of time, like I think it's well within our, it's in our best interest to spend a little bit of time, a little bit of money to, broker some allies with that kind of stuff. And if that takes giving them some tools and resources, I think we should do it. So I will move that we adopt this stance for the town of Norridgewock formally, and that we send this out to not only our own taxpayers via the bridge, but we also reach out to other community members that are also affected and try to create sort of an ally. End of motion. I didn't mean to take a battle on that one.
Okay,
That's second.
there's a motion to second, any further discussion with that? Seeing none, all those in favor, and that is everything.
Yes.
Yeah, that's dead, isn't it? Them running away from home.
Sorry.
The Smithfield running away from home, that's a dead issue, isn't it?
Very.
Yeah.
Okay.
The cost of attending RSU 18 in Oakland is substantially more, with a lot less state aid.
Yeah, so that didn't work so good, did it?
No.
Okay.
Education is important.
It is, so moving forward here, number 9, discussion action on Maine Municipal Association Legislative Policy Committee nomination, there we go.
This is the lobbying wing of MMA, where we vote and take positions on issues that then we send our lawyers to the State House to advocate for. I've served on this for the last 2.5 years. And it's obviously in this town's best interest to continue to send me. So if that is your pleasure, you can make a motion to nominate me to the policy committee and authorize Matt to sign.
So moved.
So, I'll second.
Motion a second, any further discussion? None other than thank you, so that we don't have to do it. With that, all those in favor? Yeah. That is everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ronnie's on.
oh, okay, no patient.
Sorry, guys, took me a bit.
No, that's okay, Ron, nice to have you.
I hope the weather's better down there.
Actually, we're middle of a thunderstorm at the moment.
Oh.
Good, let's see, number 10 here, discussion action on disposal of tax acquired property.
This is, I believe, the last of this year's foreclosure properties being redeemed, so this would be motion to sign the bill of sale and release the town's interest in mobile home located at 403 Martin Stream Road to Herbert L. Watson for the payment of all back taxes, interest, charges, and fees.
So moved.
Okay, the motion,
I'll second.
a second, any discussion, he was the owner, yes?
Yeah.
It was his, okay, or you can better vote. Oh, yeah, okay, so we'll, Lindsay,
What?
so Ron's here, so we'll now do a
Yes.
person by person, so it's yes, Chucky,
Yeah.
yes, Jeff,
Yes.
yes, Ron, is that a yes for you?
Yes,
And a yes for me, so that's everybody. Number 11 here, discussion action on cemetery quitclaim deed.
So there are actually 2 now. The first will be to sign a quitclaim releasing our interest in the southern half of lot 274 at Sunset View Cemetery for when we die on.
So moved.
There's a motion. And a
Chucky.
I'll second.
second. Perfect, any discussion on that? Seeing none, all those,
Yes.
Lindsay is a yes, Chucky, yes, Jeff,
Yes.
Ron,
yes.
and a yes from me, that's it.
Chucky, you signed in my spot, man. Do we have to do this again?
I think we'll be okay,
It's okay.
yeah.
Oh, no, you didn't. Never mind. No, Jeff signed in mine. Yes, you did.
Right, I didn't bottom, I didn't.
Yes.
Sorry, Chucky. Chucky actually got it right this time.
The second is a motion to sign a quitclaim deed, releasing the town's interest in all of lot 269 at Sunset View Cemetery to Kathy Wilson.
So moved.
There's a motion,
I'll second.
second, any discussion? Seeing none, hey Lindsay,
Yes.
Chucky,
Yes.
Jeff,
Yes.
Ron,
Yes,
and a yes from me, that is everyone, and that's the last one of those you have. Okay, number 12 here, discussion action on TIF committee recommendations.
The first item, let's do the second. So, the facade improvement program obviously has been the subject of scrutiny again, recently. And so with that, we took back to the TIF committee to look, at their review process and then try to develop a criteria for them to review, applications. So, we took priorities from the program guidelines, broke them out. And then what we did at the last meeting was each of the members ranked these in terms of what they saw as the most important to the least important. And it was pretty productive working session. And so we trialed through, we then assigned weights to each of the considerations. Now what they're doing is taking old applications that they've all agreed on. And they're gonna review them and they're gonna score them, and then we will look at them as though they are before the committee now, and we're gonna see how they weigh out. And then look at them having already been done and knowing the impact that they made in the community. They may look to review the weighting system before it's actually applied to the program. So it's a pretty thoughtful process, it's
Yeah.
quantifiable. Chuck was at the meeting and he did point out, look, in numbers, you can still manipulate. But I think it's a cleaner, better justified review process than not having one at all.
Yeah.
So that's just a point of information for where we are.
I mean,
We're gonna review their scoring, so they're gonna review scoring before the meeting and send it to me. If they don't give me scoring before the meeting, then it's not gonna be a part of the consideration.
okay,
We'll see. Second part is, at your last meeting, maybe the meeting before, you had approved the contract with iWork, the code enforcement software. That was approved out of the code enforcement budget at the time, with the plan to approach TIF to see if they would be willing to fund it as an economic development opportunity for year one. They unanimously recommend, you authorizing, the funds be drawn from TIF in the year one, for $3,300.
so do we need a motion for that or not?
To accept their recommendation, yes, we do.
So moved.
I'll second it.
Motion and a second. Well, any discussion on that?
Not on the accepting, yeah.
Okay, exactly. So really,
Yes.
all those, so yes from Lindsay,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yes from Chucky,
Yes.
Jeffrey, yes, Ron, is that a,
Yes,
and
Where is it?
the yes for me, I'm yeah.
He's not sharing his
Well, that makes
picture.
sense. I know, we don't get to see his face.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel fair, actually.
lucky
He's
you.
only lying to us about it being a thunderstorm. He's really, sitting on the beach with a Mai Tai right now.
Right. Anything else under?
Far from it.
No, I appreciate them doing this. I'm guessing this is gonna be fairly laborious, and I do think. Initially, when I heard about them going back to the previous ones, I was like, oh my goodness, what kind of can of worms are we gonna open up? But I think that is kind of a thoughtful way to do it, looking back at it, then they can see like, okay, this one didn't really score high and it didn't really have any impact, but if it didn't score that high, but like they can justify that it did, I think that, that's a really thoughtful and really,
And
it is, you can't take away all the subjectivity to it, but I feel like this is like the most responsible way that we won't have people standing up saying that Matt and I shouldn't have votes or something like that. That's something,
No,
it's
well,
done like that.
it'll be interesting to see, I don't know if they're gonna touch on where those projects are now,
Yeah,
where our investment has landed. I don't know if they'll just look for themselves to know, or if it would just be a trivial follow-up. To me, I'd be like, did we invest and it's not even in existence anymore?
sure,
Has
yeah.
it flourished? Have we actually impacted the community in the way I think that we wanted to originally?
Yep.
Which is to just stir growth and make it easier for business to come here.
Yeah, so I think in a perfect world, we would have found a group of people down in Wyndham to take these applications as they were presented and apply scores. Right, and do the complete blind, what's the before pictures look like,
Oh.
what's the after the fact look like,
Mm.
and ask them to score them without knowing people or places or anything like that. Because that's really what the goal
Sure.
is. It would be, so you're gonna get slanted, I mean, the 6 penny job. That is your textbook use of this fund.
Mhm.
You have an empty vacant building on Main Street, there was a business that shuttered, and now it's an open, successful business that
Mhm.
employs multiple people.
Yeah,
The other one still,
Absolutely.
Lisa.
yep, there we go.
Yeah,
So-
that one was empty too. I
Yep.
mean,
Right, so I think you have the benefit of that, which will skew their review, project review, but the goal is to not look at what it is today. The goal is to look at the application and see how that application would score.
Mhm.
We'll see.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, it seems like this probably was an enormous amount of work and thought that went into it, so I appreciate the TIF committee taking the time to do that and then the time to go back over it again, so I think that is,
How do
very thankful.
do other towns do anything like that, or do they just?
Read the paper, Chuck, it doesn't sound like Skowhegan uses one.
No.
I don't even know if it's public. I would like to know exactly how all that transpired, and they're giving away millions,
Yeah.
right?
That's quite honestness down there.
Right, so, I think this is good. I think this will work nicely, and if nothing else, it's a guide. So if there's nothing else on that.
Do you want us to accept these? We don't have to.
No,
with it?
they haven't even accepted, and that'll be their own guy, and if you guys wanna adopt it for your own scoring, great. I think if
And they're
they,
doing it, we just go by theirs.
if they share their
recommendation, right?
unless there are issues. With what their recommendation might be, I'll give you their score sheet when you get the
Okay.
application in front of you. How's that?
Good, I get that.
You have you said you had a bunch already that applied, yeah, right?
What's that?
You got some people you got 4 or 5 applicants already, haven't you?
These are old ones. So Lynch Landscaping, John asked for his application to be included, and there were a couple others that we singled out, the vice chair of the committee has been in it. They were in the program, so we yanked their application.
But you're not gonna go try to get the money back.
Oh, no, it's just to like see,
It's
these are the decisions that we made. And then like, would we have still done it now? Like, is the benefit there? It's just so they can kind of see how we're judging it now. Like,
It's
is it,
equal to-
yeah,
Yeah.
They're all closed out, the money's been taken or the money's lapsed, so there's no going back. It's
Mhm.
strictly looking at the project proposal. And seeing how it would score, what the weight is. And some of the conversation was the other day, there was a barn that was painted and the roof was painted and, not the strongest application. But did it still merit support, given its visibility and its facade improvement? That's what they're gonna be weighing through, and that was one that when a member brought that up, that got put into the pile. Because you wanna make sure that something like that still scores fair.
Mhm.
If you wanna be a part of that project, you don't wanna exclude them, but when you've got a high impact project, you wanna score higher, and so where does that
Yeah.
rate? Because even, and then a 70% might be a strong application.
Yeah.
yeah,
What's the dictionary? How would a dictionary describe facade? What's that mean?
Well,
It's a look at that.
Yeah.
Covers all
Literally,
there.
it's just,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
what you can see from the main public way, like, yeah.
They'll meet again at the end of the month.
No, that's good. Thank you. We're getting it together. So number 13 here, discussion action on potential interlocal agreement with Mercer on liquid calcium application.
All right, so town of Mercer has quite a few gravel roads. And they have approached me, we obviously have a truck, we have people, and we have the calcium retrofit for the back of the truck. And they wanted to know if we would be willing to work with them to apply liquid calcium to some of their roads. 5 to 8 miles approximately. This is above my pay grade, this is a elected official consideration. And it's legal, it's just a matter of making sure that if you want to do it and deploy our resources, that we don't lose money. So, kind of a unique ask, given that we're in the middle of fire department negotiations, but, it's something that, we and our public works department should take pride in, that they look at that. And B, it's regionalization and, it's what's coming.
Yeah.
And we're
Looking at our neighbor.
Makes sense.
You mean helping out a poor town? I mean,
They're not poor, just
No.
because you talk about being poor, Chuck, doesn't mean that you are poor.
No, I mean, sharing.
No, but I mean, there's
Small town should be sharing resources. I just, I just wanna make sure that, one, we do have the manpower to be able to take that without adding undue burden onto our own town employees, and the other thing would just be, I see what our DOT rate for the truck and driver. My goodness, I feel like every other day I go to the gas pump and I'm like, oh my, how is it higher? Where, like, regular gas was $4.60, like, it's like, oh my gosh, so I just wanna make sure that this can be like a flexible or fluid number, knowing how fast it's changing, that we're not all of a sudden like, uh-oh.
That's a great point.
So. I don't know how DOT handles those type of adjustments, it's an annual schedule.
Yeah,
It increased over last year, but that's just percentages. And I took this just as kind of that reasonable initial.
Mhm.
I mean, if you wanted to, you could apply a fuel surcharge, just so it's transparent. This is where we got our number from.
I just,
And then you could put a percentage of a fuel surcharge or something like that. Public Works didn't know they're gonna be called on tonight for this, but.
The price has gone up on calcium.
Well, right, so this is
Yeah.
just, this is our cost, is the $1.96 a gallon, that's what it was.
Right, but
And
it's,
so my recommendation would be that we bill out at the cost and then put the administrative fee on top. The administrative fee is also topic of discussion. But if they wanted to put 5 miles of liquid calcium down, how long is that going to take somebody off of our crew?
maybe a couple hours. Honestly,
yeah,
Plus the time to get there, so 3.
yeah, right,
We
3
can do
hours.
it that amount of time.
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
yeah, I am all, like, I think that that is the right neighborly thing to do, I just wanna make sure that, I think we're in like a super weird place, like, I've never seen our gas prices go up 80% in like a month,
Yeah.
month or two, that's the only thing.
I can follow with you, but calcium is scaring me just as much as.
Yeah, I think we just have to, yes, we agree, but like, we're not trying to gouge them, we're just covering costs, like, if it's, we're saying it's this, we're basing this on, letting them know, like, we're basing on this is what our hourly thing is, this is what we're basing on gas, if the gas price goes up, that's what will go up, we're not gonna go up more, it's just, if gas went up $1, just know that for every mile we're driving, we're gonna, like, whatever it is, be transparent with them, just that way it's kind of completely out there that we.
I presume that'd be the Rome Road and Chicken Street, they're probably the most,
There's something about Chicken Street?
There's quite a few of them that,
oh, there's a lot of them, must.
yes, I know, but no, they have sections of road that they want done and they've been putting,
Probably out on the pond.
3/4 inch mix and there are sections that, and I think. honestly, they're gonna look at what we might offer them if we offer them anything and consider how far to get them.
Yeah.
So,
I don't think they've been doing anything.
Ron, please go ahead.
Insurance wise and stuff, how are we covered? I know we had that situation where we had to offload a truck last year with the well.
yeah, so if we move forward with this, they'll have the same language in the contract that we have with the fire department that holds us harmless. And I'll reach out to our insurance company to make sure that we've got what we need. They're insured by the same company.
Sounds good.
Okay.
So I will make a motion that we. What are you looking for us to say that we will do this? I mean, it
Yeah.
seems like a super reasonable ask and it's something if we're capable of doing, we should do it. But
Just you monitor cost.
Yeah.
If this is, I mean, how many times have you been to Chelsea mobile homes? Summer, were we talking 20 times?
No, once or twice.
Yeah, just once.
Right, so
I just needed someone if it's done right.
monitor it and we'll look at it for next year if we lose
Yeah.
or minus. I mean, you're gonna be able to track what it
yeah,
takes you.
it's only
what it
that couple
costs
of
you.
times, like, I don't, yeah,
We'll come back.
Okay, so are we fine? I need to iron this up. So the DOT rate for the truck and driver is 97.76. We'll just leave
Okay.
that for this year.
sure,
And then calcium will be at cost.
yeah,
And the administrative fee, it said it was anywhere between 10 and 15 customary for public works projects. So I put it right in the middle at 12.5%,
That
so
seems fair.
that will cover some of their time. It's our equipment and our
Yeah.
stockpile, and is that
Okay.
fair?
I
seems like
think
it,
so.
I'd say so,
Okay.
yeah,
So it would be a motion to authorize me to negotiate the agreement as presented.
so moved.
Motion,
Second.
second, any discussion?
No.
Seeing none, all those in favor, Lindsay?
Yes,
Chucky? Jeff?
Yes.
Ron?
Yes.
And a yes for me. No, I hope that worked, that,
I do,
Yeah.
that's great, like, I feel like that is exactly how communities small should be, like, working together,
Helping each other
that's
out.
great.
I mean, some help us, you know.
yeah.
Yeah.
They have the same zip code as us, come on, I mean, really, we have to.
Say it's the neighborly thing to do, it's like, yeah,
Okay, number 14 here, discussion action on pawnbroker's license renewal, for the Norridgewock Trading Post and Contract.
At 119 Mercer Road, this is a standard renewal. There are no issues. The application's in your packet. The motion in order would be to approve the pawnbroker's license I presented.
so moved.
Motion,
Second.
second, any discussion? No. Glad to have them. All those in favor, we'll start with Lindsay.
Yes,
Chucky, Jeff.
Yes.
Ron,
Yes.
and a yes from me. Number 15 here, discussion action on new road name. I would ask if those are ranked in the owner's choice.
I
or if they were
don't
just
know.
wrong.
That's the way that he gave them to me. The first three that were provided, were letters combined with the road suffix, and so I denied those requests. Then I received Farmery Mountain Drive, Full Auto Lane, and Spent Brass Drive. One of them really liked me, but, I mean, honestly, the first one sounds kind of like nice neighborhood, but it was almost sounds just.
But Mountain Drive exists. Where there is that Mercer got one, Smithfield got one. Does every town have a Mountain Drive? I feel like I hear that name a lot on the scanner already.
Mountain Drive is out on Smithfield, or just this side of, just north of you,
Okay,
right?
yeah, I know there's one in Smithfield. I thought there was also a Mountain Drive similar.
we have an Armory Drive,
Oh, yeah, secondary in from, yeah, that could be. I'll look it up.
do we have an Armory Drive?
No.
We don't have an hour.
Nothing like that.
So like if it was Armory Mountain Drive, that might be, I mean, it's a mouthful, but Full Auto Lane, that sounds, I don't even.
The problem with Armory Mountain Drive is if they don't hear Armory, they're going to the wrong place.
And there,
So can we just make it Armory Drive?
so I ranked them. I had Spent Brass as the first. Mountain Drive as the second there.
We're just
Full
like,
Auto
we're
as-
soup. It's like we just, someone threw a dictionary down and wherever it landed, we're just picking words, that's.
Well, I mean, this is going into the shooting range. This is the road that goes into the
Brass.
Oh,
proposed
yeah,
shooting range.
that's right.
So I feel that Spent Brass is very relevant. It's very unique. That's not something you hear anywhere.
Yeah.
And it's pretty easily spoken when it is through a scanner or goes to the fire department. That's why I'm looking at Todd.
I'm gonna make supercalifragilisticexpialidocious road right in my property, you guys are gonna.
It's that, it's right there on the River Road, yeah, it's off from the river.
It's on Skowhegan Road.
Skowhegan Road, yeah, my bad, yeah.
Oops, sorry. You give feedback.
So, yeah, if, I don't know, I mean, does anybody feel strongly one way or the other? The chief, do you have a thought? Does anything sound better?
I think given the nature of it, I think either armory or spent brass. I won't wonder where it is, I'll know. Right?
Right.
And Sharon has a mountain drive too.
Can it not just be Armory Drive or Armory Road? Does it have to have the
Well, it
mountain
could
in
be,
it?
but then if he was here to say, hey, are you comfortable with that? I don't like totally changing someone's thing, where he gave us three choices that may not be ranked per his choice. I
mean,
feel
like,
these may have just gone down.
Was Maple Street named by someone
Oh,
like who lived there, or Willow Street? Like, I mean, I feel like we're just letting people name things.
Probably Maple
As a
Street.
town, don't we name the roads? Like,
Well, no, so a town road, we would, but this is not, it's a
it's
private
gonna be a private
drive
road.
that could potentially have multiple spots on it, and that's why it's getting a road name. And if you
If
are.
it becomes a
the-
town road, then we can decide we wanna change it if we're gonna plow it or something, is that?
You can change whatever you want, and ultimately you have the ability to override anything that's requested. We encourage people to come up with road names that are not the names of your child, your dog, or something that might potentially devalue property on a segment of roadway.
Mhm.
No offense, but when somebody calls something George Street and it's a dead end gravel road, it's probably not the most appropriate name. And neither is any other name that, sorry, it's a lane or a road or something like that. And so anyway, we overridden people before. But we, you know, if we get that historical significance, so that's something that's timeless.
I mean, the Wild Hill Road, that
Most
was
ideal.
the Wilder family, I think probably, that got
Yeah, I would
a million
agree.
years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Winding Hill, it's usually something the road does that, where it is,
Yeah,
and I don't know why Ward Hill, but that was. Probably some, when they did that, probably some wards on the thing.
So I don't know if anybody has a feeling strongly one way or the other, wants to make a motion, yeah.
What were the order, Matt, that they put them on, or the three?
So the order presented is Armory Mountain Drive, Full Auto Lane, and then Spent Brass Drive.
Gotcha.
You could table, if you don't like any of them, you can table and I'll send it back.
I mean, of the three there, I think Armory Mountain Drive is most palatable, but I would almost say like Armory Drive would be. If it's a shooting thing, like, why, I don't know why mountain has to be in there, just to make it confusing, but like. I'm fine with it having mountain shoved in there.
Our fire chief seems not
No.
content with that.
We can't have two mountain.
Can we send it back to them and ask if they're okay with Armory Drive?
I don't think that would pass the 911's muster, right?
That's a good point. So then, do you wanna make that a motion and then I'll let the applicant know that that's the pleasure of the board and they can submit something different? At the end of the day, I'm gonna request that your motion, if you make one, is pending planning board approval. It's a pending application, it's not even complete yet, but I wanna get ahead of it and make sure that we're in a row.
Okay. Alright, I'm completely being subjective here, so you guys feel free to.
Again, I am comfortable with Spent Brass, I feel it's real, I have some reserve about Full Auto just because of perception.
Yeah,
The Spent Brass just is, I think, very, I don't know.
It's a
not
tough
aggressive,
yeah.
right.
Yep,
I'll make a motion to go with spent brass.
there we go.
There's a motion, is there a second?
Sure, second.
Okay, there's a second, any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, Lindsay,
Yes.
is a yes, Chucky?
Yes, we had nobody.
Yes. Ron,
Yes,
and a yes from me. Okay, right here, number 16, review of online public comment.
All right, we have one comment this evening, and it is relevant to business. And if you wanna talk about it, you can talk about it. Resident asks, how is the board going to cover the 151,000 extra school cost? Are you going to increase property taxes? Are you gonna take it out of existing accounts or surplus?
Do you or just want to answer that?
Okay, so we've already had town meeting, and so you can't really do anything else unless we do a special town meeting. We have allowed, I think, the use of up to $550,000 out of surplus, which is the same amount that we used last year. So, in essence, it's gonna go to taxation, and it's a matter of how much additional new value we have to tax as to how much it goes up. So it's tough to say, we know the county bill is gonna go up as well. It's going to tax. That's
Make
what-
sure you guys all go vote no, if you don't want your taxes to go up.
Right.
No.
Well, the number one thing I hear from
Make t-shirts.
people in their twenties is I don't vote because my vote doesn't count.
Here it
And now
does.
that may be true in a presidential election. But for this right here, your actual vote cast counts. So please do vote. And that's it, and thank you for answering that. So with that, we'll move to other business. I don't know if the board has anything for other business initially. If not, I will ask Richard, do you?
I do, motion to add countersigning of school referendum warrants to the agenda, please.
So moved.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, Lindsay,
Yes.
Chucky,
Yes.
Jeff,
Yes.
Ron,
Yes,
and a yes from me.
The first is a motion to countersign the warrant and notice of election calling Maine School Administrative District number 54 budget validation referendum.
So moved.
Yep. And a second, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor,
Yes.
Lindsay, Chucky,
Yes.
Jeff, Ron,
yes,
and a yes from me.
There's a lot of signatures on that.
Okay,
The
we'll grab that again.
second would be a motion to countersign a warrant and notice of election upon Maine School Administrative District number 54 referendum. This is the cost sharing question.
So moved.
There is a motion, a
Second.
second discussion? No, all in favor, Lindsay,
Yes.
Chucky,
Yes.
Jeff,
Yes.
Ron,
yes.
and a yes from myself. That's all you have on their other business?
That's all that I have on the business.
Okay. Number 18 here, executive session pursuant 1 MRSA 4056B to discuss labor negotiations. Thank you all for coming. But kindly see yourself out.
Let's go home. You can't stay here.
And this, this is just
Okay, we get a motion on that, please.
I moved, we go into executive session.
motion. Second, discussion, none, all those in favor?
Yes.
Lindsay,
Yes.
Chucky,
Yes.
Yes.
Ron?
I'll put the meeting's over.
Yes.
Yes, for me, I just heard it wrong.
Okay, thank you.
Very
Still there? He's still up there.
I'm still here.
Wow.
Okay, perfect. And that was a yes for you to go into executive?